Hi guys, hey, I'll show you something else in uCheetah. I don't think it's something that gets used very often because it's very handy for larger projects. So I'm not quite sure how many large projects get done these days, but it can save a lot of time with regards to placing of the span lengths and the pole positions on MV and LV. So in the manual, I don't know how many guys use the manual, but under the uCheetah folder, there's a PDF user guide. This is it. And it's got all the information you need to use the entire thing. Very helpful. Yeah, take a look at it. So there's a section for auto spans and poles. So we'll have a look at that in Microstation under National Standards, auto spans and poles. Okay. So at this stage, we've drawn all the MV lines and LV reticulation. The colors, don't worry about the colors. When I work with these things, I do all the three-phase blue, the dual-phase magenta, and the single-phase green. Helps with coding, makes life easier. Now, all the lines are drawn, as I say, and it's important to know that according to the standards, lines must be line strings as far as possible. So obviously that's a line string going all the way there. That's another line string teeing off there. That's a line string, that's a line string. Why it's important is because how the poles, auto poles part works is it won't put a pole at the beginning of the line string, because then you would have 3 LV poles placed here, and you don't want that. So it won't put an LV pole at the beginning there. So it'll put one there, one at each node. So it's important to draw these lines in properly, because if they were all separate, if each span was a separate line in Microstation, then you mustn't use this facility, because at each plate it's going to put 2 poles at each node point. So the lines must be all line strings in order for this thing to work properly. Okay, let's get to it. So all the lines are in, there's no poles and no span lengths. Right. So how this works is it works with the fence, and it'll work with everything that's in the fence. So if we're going to only do MV lines, then we must switch off everything else. So let's do that. MV lines, switch off all other levels. All that this does, MV line or LV line, is it sets up the level for the pole and the level for the span length. It doesn't know that LV lines on 25 and MV on 29. It doesn't know that. Okay, so we need to, in the fence, have what we want to work with. And then you can choose above or below line. Obviously it's above line most of the time. You might use below line if there's a MV LV sharing set up on the way, which you'll do manually. Choose your scale. You can choose to place only the span lengths or only the poles, but in this case we want them all, so it's not like we've got poles already and we just want to put in span lengths or something like that. We want to do the whole lot. Process fence contents, click in the view, and there are all the MV poles and span lengths. Okay, so now we will do the same with the LV. 25, switch up all the MV stuff. You'll see there's no poles or span lengths there. Okay, and then we say LV lines, span length and poles, process fence contents, click in the view, all done. Okay, there all the span lengths, LV. If we switch everything on, there's MV and LV, all done. Okay, obviously where there's sharing, that's a manual situation. You're going to go and separate those lines by 1.5 meters each way. You're going to replace these poles here with sharing poles. Okay. Okay, that's it in a nutshell. Hope you use it. That takes a minute, whereas if you did this manually, I think it could take you an entire day for some people. Right, cheers.